ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Are we awake? Nice. Had good coffee. Respected Jairam sir, my dear friends from Chennai, Charles and Naresh and other people, plus the people from the industry, Wipro, the face for the world in terms of IT, and the most respected, the future creators of this universe. And I mean it. You are the creator of our future. So, does it feel good? Do you feel like giving a big round of applause to yourself? Because my biggest admiration is for all of you in this room. Because teaching is the most noblest job one can think of. And you have chosen to be a teacher. Not only a teacher, you have chosen to drive their destiny in the right direction, who are going to shape the future of this world with the student community. Once Vivekananda said, you cannot believe in God unless and until fully you believe yourself and your potential. And I really echo this statement because self-belief is the most important vital in the 21st century. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you came by Ola today? Ola, Uber. How many of you had a dinner yesterday through Swiggy? Yeah, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever. Even a single jamun they deliver. The advertisement is so beautiful, right? Swiggy, Ola, Uber, Amazon, Flipkart, ring a bell? These are the technology innovations that we have experienced in the last few years of our existence. We also existed and lived 15 years ago without internet, and we were very happy. Yes or no? That means you are not happy now? More happy. See, the era of internet has really transformed and displaced the so-called traditional business models. And that is a good news. Now, let me tell you, are you ready for some scary news? Yeah? By 2025, the country will lose 5 million jobs in the IT industry because of automation. Thank you, somebody said it. That is the scary part. The question is, how are we prepared to face this ever-changing, disruptive technology world that we live today? And it is also called by the industry as a VUCA world. Yeah? So now we are surrounded by challenges. Some call them issues, some call them as nightmares, but I call them as opportunities for a level playing game. And that needs to be looked into and that needs to be embraced. Now let me ask you something. What is the most valuable resource in the world today? Somebody saying human? Knowledge? What else? Data. Give her a big round of applause. Who said that? Data is the biggest resource in the world today. And we are actually living in a completely data explosion. Because data is everywhere. And data will live longer than you and me and systems. Because data is infinite. Okay? We all have a expiry date, but data doesn't have an expiry date. Yes or no? So, on that note, let me give you some data about our own country, Bharat. We are a country of 1.25 billion people. 736 million people are using mobile phones in India. 736 million. This data is as of end of January. Out of 736 million people, 627 million people are using internet. And of 630 plus million people who are using internet, 350 million of them are using through smartphone. That means handheld device they are using internet today. This is the revolution that technology has done to this country. And India is the youngest country in the aging world. You are aware. Our average experience is 35 years. India's average age is 35 years. It's a big boon for the world. because world's working capital is in our country. And we should be very, very proud of what we have. Yeah? Now, all of you are sending SMSs, WhatsApp and all that. You know, it counts to per day 5 trillion messages a day. 5 trillion. This is not cooked up by Naganagouda. This is Mr. Google. Yeah? Right. Mobile population has overtaken human population. Good or bad? Because thanks to the brands like Xiaomi and Samsung, 12 o'clock offer closes in 5 seconds, right? So we are buying so many devices, and mobile population has really overtaken the human population. It's a big threat to the world. And it is offering a new kind of jobs. You know what are the new kind of jobs in the future? We are looking for trash engineers. Because human beings are generating 2.6 billion tons of trash every year in the form of e-waste. And we don't know how to deal with e-waste. There's going to be a huge job for people how to deal with this trash. This is very, very interesting points in future. But let's not go to the future. Let's talk about the current. One more interesting data that I want to tell all of you because you're relevant and I want all of you to know. India produces less than 20% employable engineers. Just giving you a glimpse of data, okay? Because in data and God we trust. Rest everybody has to bring proof. You heard it right? In the TV, media, everybody is asking for proof. Where is the proof? Show us the proof. Because world wants proof, my dear friends. They don't want to believe anymore. Like NRN said, right? In God we trust. Rest everybody should bring data, right? So, the world that we are living today in a very, very disruptive and ever-changing, and the change is happening at the speed of thought, not at the speed of light. Because technology changes every 3 months today. My Wipro friend would agree, a few years ago it was changing every 3 years. The shelf life of technology is shrinking so much. I don't know, 3 months will become 3 weeks. So the question is, how you as academia will deal with this VUCA changes that are happening around you. Do you have a plan? Should have a plan, or should you worry, or should you ignore it? I think the answer is no, you cannot ignore it. Because the Industry Academia Forum, I thought Indian Air Force, IAF, now there's one more definition we got, Industry Academia Forum. You cannot ignore it because you cannot be in isolation with what is happening in the industry. So you need to collaborate and partner, embrace, adopt, administer, and walk hand in hand with industry. So that is a very, very important element. Now, I will tell you one thing. The future belongs to those who believe in the power of their dreams, their aspirations, and their desires. And those who believe in their dreams have to prepare today to achieve their dreams, not tomorrow. If you say, I will do it tomorrow, you have lost the race. You have to prepare for today, yesterday. You have to prepare for future today, not tomorrow. So that is very, very important. I can assure you, I'm neither Baba Ramdev or Nostradamus, but I can tell you, future is going to be very, very exciting than what we are today. And that is the best news about the future. But now, whether technology is remaining, I talked about technology changing in 3 months. Now everybody is talking about digital, whether you are known to the unknown or unknown to the known, but you have to be digitally known. Okay? Whether you are mentally, emotionally, physically fit or not doesn't matter, but you have to be digitally fit. What I mean by fit is you have to be first in trying out. Very important, right? So you may be a proactive or you may be a reactive person, but you have to be digitally very active. Every company today is talking this buzzword called digital. There is a new buzzword. It's called digital reimagination. Digital retransformation. Transformation is old word now. It's changed completely. What are the technologies that we are talking about in the future? World requires about 5 million AI and ML experts in the next 5-7 years. AI and ML. India's capacity to produce AI and ML engineers is just less than 5 lakhs. okay? Because it is relative, because we are producing 20% employable engineers, and how do we really create this great AI and ML experts? Not only AI and ML, there are new technologies. I was shocked actually. It's augmented reality, cloud computing and quantum computing, virtual reality, mixed reality, I don't know what all, additive manufacturing, nano fabrication, and the world is really, really changing without we realizing where we are heading actually. So in all this, what I'm saying is technology is here to change. We have a choice to change or not to change. But in a nutshell, we must learn and embrace the digital reimagination and make it as part of our journey. Now, I'll tell you a few things. What are the future skills? We don't know the future jobs. The current skills that you have is completely irrelevant for the future, because what brought you here won't take you there. My academic score will give me a job offer in the campus. Once I go to the company, it's going to be a very different ball game. From then on till the end of your career, you have to continue to keep learning and relearning and unlearning. It's very, very important, because what people are saying is mental elasticity is the need of the hour. I'm using the word mental elasticity. I am a computer science engineer. I will do only coding. I will not do testing. We don't have a job. Please leave the door. Leave the room. Such things will not exist. Such things will not be accepted in the industry. Elasticity is the name of the game. We call it as fungibility, agility, and so on and so forth. What are required? We are not talking about technical skills in the future. We are saying, do you have complex problem solving and cognitive flexibility? We are saying critical thinking and innovative, creative innovation, social and emotional intelligence, because we live in a hubo world. Very soon, already many companies are having robots at work. I call it as a hubo generation. A day will come, your neighbor will be a robot who will be sitting and listening to you. All right, so in the hubo world, we don't need all technical stuff. We need social and emotional intelligence. Can you imagine the fierce competition that will be there to compete with the robots? India, we love competition, right? From the LKG, pre-KG, we love competition, right? So how do you compete with the robots? You need a lot of stress busters, a lot of emotional support is required, intellectual support is required. So social and emotional intelligence is very, very important. We need scam skills. Scam, social, cloud, then what actually, then analytics and mobile, scam. It's a new buzzword. Okay? STEM skills are required. Science, technology, engineering, and maths are going to be there forever. So these are very important. Now, having talked about so much of technology, so much of disruption, I don't want to scare the hell out of all the academicians here, but I must tell you, I'm here to deliver a message to you. As academicians, we are expected to closely understand, adopt, and align to the changing environment. But does not mean that you completely forget the basic fundamentals of engineering education that you are delivering to the students. It's a very fancy word today. We have center of excellences, we have this, we have that, and so on and so forth. It is not going to be a showpiece in the colleges. But colleges have a responsibility, universities have a responsibility of delivering engineers, not engineering graduates. And I mean it actually, don't take me wrong. We have to churn out engineers from the academic actually. So what I would suggest and what I would request, it's an industry humble request to all of you, is please adopt what I call as the 70-30 model. Please retain your core of engineering principles, engineering management, engineering concepts to the students, because what is required is adaptability mindset. If there is no foundation for an engineering student, then the building will not going to stand. You can build Al-Burj Khalifa, but the foundation, then it will going to collapse very soon. And that is the biggest problem we are facing today, because people are saying there is nothing called job security. Job security is not going to be there, because we are talking about gig workforce in future. I will not be associated with one company, I will be associated with 10 other companies. So for me to deal and leverage and live with on a day-to-day basis, what is required is a strong academic foundation. That is what colleges like yours can give. That's what universities are supposed to give. Keep that 30% as a flexible curriculum, as a flexible accommodative technology changes, bring the industry into the colleges. So adopt a 70-30 model that will really, really help and make a huge transformation in bridging the so-called wide gap that we have seeing right now between academia and industry. Industry is always saying academia is not producing good engineers. And academia is saying industry is not helping us. Unless we come to the discussion table, how do you expect us to solve the problem? So there is a significant effort required from both the parties. Claps will not happen with one hand. Both of you have to come together. And the idea is you must come forward 4 steps if industry takes 1 step. Because we have a social responsibility of creating the future engineers to this world. You have a large responsibility, and industry has the responsibility of absorbing and making them as future ready. So on that note, I would hope and appreciate and request that you please do not completely move away from your core academic framework and processes. Please maintain a blend of a fine balance. It's a tightrope walk you have to do. Unless you adopt that model and then you go completely to one end, you will actually lose the sight of the goal. And then we will really make a tradesmen out of engineers. We don't want tradesmen. We want true engineers to this world. And I hope the academia will deliver extraordinary engineering graduates, extraordinary engineers who will not only live and thrive but actually succeed and make this country a great nation, make this country a great world. Because I said world working capital is in India. The world will come to us to solve their problems. If we do not have the solution, if we do not have the human capital, trust me, world will go elsewhere and we will be the losers. I do not want all of us at the juncture that we are in, we will not be in a position to lose. I hope we are here to win and we are here to conquer the future. Don't worry about the uncertainty, don't worry about the complexity. If we have the will and the skill, rest everything can be done. Thank you so much and good luck and God bless.